the G-Spot Jiggler, the Teflon Don, and Mr. International. These are just some of the names that the Jiggler has come to be known by. He's reached an almost iconic status, but right when he's at the top of his game, he announces his retirement. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to look back on the life and career of the G-Spot Jiggler, hearing from those who know him best. First, I want to go right back to the beginning and hear about how it all first started. So where better to begin than by hearing from the Jiggler's own mother. Okay, so today I'm joined with Susan, the Jiggler's mother. We'll go back to the start and find out a little bit about the history of the Jiggler. Thank you for joining me today, Susan.
You're welcome.
What was the Jiggler like as a child?
He was very, very cute, very sweet. Not here for the father. I've got a photograph. Would you like to see a photograph?
Please, yeah, that would be great. Let's have a little look. How old was he here?
6 months.
6 months.
6 months.
What was he like as a baby? Did he jiggle back then?
He actually did.
He did, he jiggled.
Oh, he always played with his penis. I've never left it alone.
So, were you aware of his jiggling gift from an early age?
Yeah, definitely. It was always, hands was always in his pockets,
Right.
jiggling away.
Jiggling.
Oh, all the time. I've got another photograph of Peter.
Oh, great, let's have a look. How old is the little jiggler on here?
He's a sailor boy.
He's a sailor boy.
I had my hands, I had to hold him up from the back and he's just laughing his head off. God love him. He was so cute.
I'm sure all the ladies thought of that as well. Has the jiggler always been a ladies' man?
Definitely. He's always been an eye for the ladies, always has been.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk about some of his previous escalades?
Well, I've got a book full of you.
There we go. Let's have a look.
The yearbook when Peter was at school. He's probably jiggled all of them.
All of them? God, he's pretty prolific, isn't he?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to get to his yearbook. Where's it? Duncan, was it Duncan?
Yeah, I think he was in Dublin, wasn't he? Yeah.
You should be more prepared than this.
That's fine, don't worry about it.
As I say, there you go. There's Peter there on the end.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Oh, how handsome. Very handsome. Yeah. So he's jiggled all of these ladies as well, has he?
And probably the other pages.
And the other pages. Yeah. Pretty prolific, isn't he? Very pretty. So, obviously he's been through all of those. That makes me think the question, do you think he has a particular type? Or do you think the jiggler just loves all equally?
All equally.
All equally.
He likes redheads.
Redheads?
Yes, Sarah's a redhead. I've got to say that.
Oh, I have. Definitely. Do you have a picture of Sarah?
I do indeed. Sarah and Peter in Rome.
Oh, quite the couple, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, he's found his true love there.
She's absolutely delightful. I absolutely love her to bits.
Oh, that's sweet, that's sweet. So they're having twins on the way, aren't they?
Oh gosh, yes they are. I'm going to be an Anna. Ethan and Chloe.
Very nice.
She's such a clever girl.
Very nice.
Because it's all comes from the woman.
So what do you think it is about his jiggler that makes him adored by so many?
Just the way he does it.
The way he does it?
Yeah.
How does he do it?
I think it goes like that.
Like that? Quite a technique.
Because it wobbles. That one wobbles.
Oh, right.
Mine doesn't wobble, but his does.
It wobbles, does it? Right. So how did he learn to jiggle it?
When he broke it, he broke his hand across there playing rugby.
Oh, right.
It never set properly, and it just wobbles and jiggles.
So it's just like that?
Yeah, but he practices. He knows how to do it now.
Do you have any pictures of him with his...
I've got one
with his...
where he's all jiggled out.
He's all... He's certainly jiggled
Definitely
out there,
jiggled
isn't he?
out there. Yeah. And this one... Oh, I thought I might show it jiggling finger, but it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't, no.
When it's in the
Looks like
fingering
it's on the
mode.
finger, that one, I think.
Yeah. And Peter was captain of rugby 3 years in a row, and we played with Mark.
Is that where he had the incident where he got his jiggler finger?
That's when it happened at rugby. And this is a photograph of Peter and Mark getting there.
Very handsome. That's quite a loud shirt.
Isn't it, Mark?
Very loud.
I love that one. And that's when they got the rugby photograph. Trophy.
There was once a time when the jiggler lost his way a little bit. For instance, the time when you had to stop him from eating his own vomit off his own pizza. Can you tell us a little bit about that story, please?
He came in one night absolutely paralytic with a massive pizza, and he was really gorging on it. But you see, he'd lost weight and he used to treat himself to a pizza.
Right.
and he was absolutely gorging on it, and I think a bit got stuck, and he vomited. And he thought, you know, when the lid of the pizza, he thought he'd vomited on the lid, but he hadn't. It had actually slid down onto his pizza, and he just carried on eating it, and I had to slap him. I had to slap him.
So what is jiggling and why? What spawned it? Does it run in the family?
I would imagine it runs on the male side of the family, because his dad was a jiggler as well.
Oh, was he? Mint. I understand he went on the Bernard Matthews diet and lost a lot of weight at one point, come back stronger than ever, jiggling more than ever as well. He's very much a visionary in that sense, in the fact that he came up with new diets and which were revolutionary. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Well, he lost 4 stone on the Bernard Matthews diet. He only ate turkey and salad. He only had 1 meal a day, and I was so proud of him. And as far as the jiggling is concerned, I think he spread the word, because Vinny's good at it now, Mark's good at it now. You might be good at it, I don't.
Excellent. So obviously the jiggler's hanging up his jiggling gloves with the twins on the way.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll pass on his jiggling capabilities to them?
Oh, definitely to Ethan. Yeah, because his dad was, Peter is, and I hope Ethan will be.
What about the story of him shitting in the bath?
Oh gosh. Once again, Peter come in absolutely paralytic, and he'd had a fall, and he was just thick of mud. So I ran a bath for him. It must have been about 1 o'clock in the morning. I ran a bath for him, and he was that paralytic, he just farted and followed through, and it just all came to the top, and he was like a pig. He was just wallowing
A pig
in
in
it.
shit.
A
pig in shit.
Wallowing in it. And obviously if he was having a drink, I had to come in and kept checking on him. And there was just all the, oh, I thought, you dirty bastard. Oh, it was horrible, Horrible. He scarred me for life. I had to pull the plug on him.
So what's next for the jiggler after his imminent retirement?
Well, hopefully he's got to, he's going to be a dad now. His life will change forever. Life will never be the same. But his life's not over.
No,
It's
not at
not
all.
over. No.
It's just beginning.
Yeah.
New chapter.
Yeah,
That's what
a
we say.
new page in the book.
That's it.
Yeah, hopefully.
So the jiggler's inspired many others to better themselves.
Yeah,
That must make you very proud, does it?
indeed it does. Yeah, because like I said, Mark, Vinny, I don't know, Ben Summers, they might have all took the jiggling ways of Peter.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly. Do you have a part message for your son, the well-loved G-Spot Jiggler?
Carry on jiggling. Because you've got to show Ethan. But obviously you can't do too much jiggling now because you've got Sarah. She'll not be very happy.
So we'd heard from the jiggler's mother, Susan, about his very early beginnings. Now, I want to hear what it was like really growing up with the jiggler, from the perspective of a lifelong friend. I reached out to Mark Lindsay, who kindly invited me to his home to tell me a little bit about his story.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
It's a pleasure. Big fan of your work.
Thank you very much. So, you've known the jiggler for some years. How long has it been?
It's been 20 years since I've been friends with the jiggler.
Right.
It's been a long, hard 20 years.
Hard 20 years. What was it like growing up with him?
Well, I didn't know anything else, but it's not a path I would have chosen myself, but it's a path I'm used to now, and I've adapted to the changes as years went by. Growing up with the jiggler was ups and downs, to say the least. More ups and downs.
Right.
But as a whole, I love it. It's been a big part of my life. Known him from nursery, going through to secondary school. Now we're both men. It's been a journey, put it that way.
So I understand the jiggler's been pretty prolific over the years. What's it been like being around him when he's scoring for fun, like Robin van Persie?
Well, it's great for him, and being his best friend, it's really great. It makes you reassess your life a little bit more. Like, I think I could have made better choices and done better things. But I look at him and I just think, yeah, well done. You're doing a great job. But it's in the thousands. He's
Thousands.
Yeah, definitely in the thousands.
Would you say that you feel like you're in your shadow, like being a lifelong friend?
Yeah, I am. And it's a big finger-shaped shadow. And before all this happened, I was doing alright with the ladies. And now that he became the jiggler, I just don't feel worthy. I'm glad I'm still his friend, don't get us wrong. But it might change now he's retiring. Hopefully we're going to all grow as people, but it's been difficult for you,
Yeah.
living in that guy's shadow.
Okay, so I understand that you were with him on that fateful day at rugby when he broke his finger and became the G-Spot Jiggler. Can you tell me a little bit more about that story, please? How did it happen?
Well, on that day, we got an altercation with the opposite team. I got punched in the face and got knocked clean out. Spark out, some would say. And then, of course, Peter come and saved the day. Jumped on the guy like it was a trampoline. Folded him like a deck chair. And then it happened. He was looking at his hand like he had an epiphany. And the full team was like, Peter, what's happening? You need us to win the match like you do every week. And he went, lads, I've got to go. And we're like, what do you mean you've got to go? He just left the game.
Just like that?
Left the guy lying on the pool of his own shit. Jumped in the car and he was away. And it wasn't until several weeks later that he re-emerged and it was a new person. I didn't know who this person was. And that's when, I believe, he became the jiggler. That was the origins.
Right.
Because when he hit the guy and broke his finger, the finger gave him the power.
Right.
And it's the power that we all have become to realise that he possesses, and that's the power of jiggling.
So he broke his finger in rugby then and got a mind of its own. So how does he do it? What is the technique that the ladies love so much? Not just ladies, but everyone loves so much.
Well, that's the thing. If I knew, I'd be doing it myself. I think we all would. We all want to possess this power, but it's nothing we can talk about. It's not a technique. It's a God-given gift that he possesses, and I am jealous. I'll put it out there. I am. This is hard for me to talk about.
So how do you feel about his retirement then? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm not looking forward to retiring because I know how many lives he touches and how many people need him in their lives. A lot of hearts are going to be broken. Hugh Hefner's just died. Dan Bilzerian's not viral anymore. And now the jiggler's retiring. What's the point?
Yeah.
It's grim.
It's
looking bleak. Looking bleak.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of snatch to catch, and who's going to catch it?
So obviously he's retiring because he's got twins on the way. How do you think that's going to affect him? Do you think that's going to change things for the better for the jiggler?
Yeah, it's going to be a new chapter in his life. I think the story of the jiggler, it's not over. It's just going to take on a new form. Typically in jiggler style, he's a greedy man. So he's having 2 kids instead of 1. But that's just what we've grown to know and accept. So I think he's going to, like those, take it in both hands, both jiggly hands of his. And I think he's going to do a good job. I think he'll be a great dad, and I think he'll take the challenge on, and like he does everything else, just be the best at it. Because he's best at everything.
Yeah, he always has to be, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the jiggler's technique, can you demonstrate it for us? How does he do it?
I don't know how he does it. I can give it a go, like I have many times. It hasn't worked, but I will give it a go. So he gets his hand, it's a bit like Booker T.
Yeah.
And he's got this one finger in the middle, which kind of hypnotises the woman.
Right.
And then it just shakes as the minds of a door. And it
only
takes,
one finger though. Like that.
Nobody's getting wet over that, but
No.
that's the motion. But just that finger, right? And that will make any woman crumble. Any woman crumble, according to him.
Yeah.
Because I can't be around him when he's doing it, because I just feel so inadequate as a person.
So, would you say the jiggler's changed your life for the better?
Yeah, he has. I think it's took us a lot of years to accept that he has. But the guy's always there for you. He's got a wealth of experience. He's a fountain of knowledge. And he's been there. He's been through the precipice. He's been over the line. And I'm lucky to know him. And it's, as I say, it's not the end. It's just another chapter.
Men, women, doesn't matter.
Transgender, hermaphrodite. I think he's a bit partial with hermaphrodite now and then. Anything. Absolutely anything.
What would you say to anyone who's thinking of taking up jiggling?
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Because you'll never be the G-Spot Jiggler. And it's a bitter outlook, I know, but it's something I've had to come to grips with. You can never get there. The mountain's too high to climb. I found myself trying to climb that mountain. I don't even get past the gate. It's not going to happen. Don't do it. Don't be a jiggler. He's retired. Let it rest.
Let it rest.
Not content to just let it rest, I want to hear from anyone whose life's been affected by the jiggler, so I set off on a mission, armed with posters and leaflets appealing for information. Now, all we could do is wait. The first person to get in touch went by the name of Lauren. She claimed to have been jiggled way back in his very early days. She agreed for me to come and meet her to hear of her experience.
Hi, is that Lauren?
Yeah.
Can we talk to you about the jiggler?
Okay.
Thanks for having us. Let's go. Okay, Lauren, so when was your first encounter with the jiggler?
So my first encounter with the jiggler, it was a house party. We've just left school. The room was all dark, there was music on, and I just seen this big figure coming towards us. And then out come a business card, and I looked at it and it said G-Spot Jiggler. And I looked and I was like, oh my god, it's Peter. He must have rebranded himself. This is who he is now.
Yeah.
And he handed us this cup, and he leant over and he whispered in my ear, this is jiggle juice. So I was like, you know, and I just took a drink, and it was pretty salty. I don't know what was in it, but like about 5 minutes later I was absolutely smashed. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 yeah.
Right, so what's he do? So did you spend
He just
your again?
he opened the curtains, and there's people walking past, and he just didn't care.
So you wanted people to see?
He wanted people to see.
Right.
shouting, I'm a jiggler, I'm a jiggler. And then like put your legs up like that. And I was like, whoa, I've never done it like that before. And it was like something like a concert. So he brought us up into the bathroom and he took all of his clothes off. And then he said, I demand you wash the jiggler now.
Right.
And I'd never done anything like that before. He just ripped the doors up and then he bent over and he parted his cheeks like that.
Oh my god.
He had a backpack with him and had a baby sponge in.
Right.
And he made us lather it up and he was going, cool.
So you spread his cheeks in front of you and said, clean it down.
Actually, I've got a confession, I kept the sponge.
Ew.
I did, I kept
Have a
the
look.
sponge. It was this one. I think that was the night I contracted jiggleitis.
Jiggleitis, what's that?
Well, it was a disease that started in California in the 80s. Ron Jeremy spread it. And, you know, like, it was practically eradicated in the 80s. It was just porn stars who had it at the time. And then the rise of the G-Spot Jiggler saw a new outbreak in the northeast of England.
I see.
For the first time in history. And I think I was one of the first people who actually contracted jiggleitis. It's something I'm living with. And
So how do you manage with jiggleitis? Is there medication involved or?
yeah, I take quite a lot of medication, and it's not a cure. It just keeps all my symptoms under control. The main symptom is just constantly being horny for Peter.
Just for Peter as well?
Just for Peter. So these are all the tablets that I take. I have to take these every morning because I was diagnosed with chronic jiggleitis after my encounter with the jiggler.
Knowing what you know now, contracting jiggleitis and such, would you do it all over again?
1000%. I wouldn't change a thing.
It affected your life that much? Could you describe the jiggler in 5 words?
Yeah, charismatic, strong, manly, he's indescribable, unbelievable, the best.
The best. The best you ever had?
The best I'll ever have. The best anyone will ever have.
So what is it about the jiggler's technique that's so amazing?
It just makes you weak at the knees. It's just, he just knows like a woman's body inside out. It's like,
So when was the last time you seen the jiggler?
well, I've got a confession. It's been quite a few years actually. In fact, the night he jiggled us was the last time I seen him. And that was like nearly 10 years ago now. But you know, it is true what they say. Once you've been jiggled, he disappears. And the only way I see him now and know what he's up to is by following the G-Spot Jiggler page religiously. And I live for it. I live for the updates on the page. And I see his beautiful tanned physique, and I just have flashbacks to that night. And so after the jiggler had his way with us, like, I was pretty cold because the boiler was broke, so I said, will you please get in bed and spoon us, warm us up? And he just got out of bed, he went, fuck that! And then I could hear like loads of like,
Right.
and then the door locked, the front door closed, and I come downstairs and I was like, is that what I think it is? And my boiler had been broken for weeks and he'd fixed the boiler and
Just so you
left.
didn't have to spoon and keep you warm.
Yeah.
Animal. So what advice would you have for other girls who are thinking about perhaps being jiggled?
I would say don't take it lightly. If you make the choice to be jiggled, it's going to be a decision that affects you for the rest of your life. Every other man is going to pale in comparison to the jiggler. And once you've had a taste of the jiggler, nothing else will compare. I love it when I'm in the house on my own because I wrote some songs for the jiggler, and like my boyfriend doesn't like it when I play them when he's in, so this one's called I Love You Jiggler. Jiggler, I love your soft hands on my body. When you touch me, when you jiggle me, softly. My boyfriend, I've made him a mask out of Peter's face and I make him wear it.
How does he feel about that?
He thinks it's a bit weird, but he loves us, so he's willing to try anything to save our relationship. Because I know I'm never going to have the jiggler. You can't tame the jiggler. But, you know.
So how do you live your life knowing that you're never going to be jiggled by the jiggler again?
You know, like, some days I fall into a really deep depression and I just think, what's the point of living anymore? Because he was like, once you've had a taste of the jiggler, you just want more. You've just got like an insatiable appetite for the jiggler. I just want him every single day, but I know I'm never going to have it again. And like, I quite like it. It keeps us wondering, will I have, like, when I wake up on a morning, I think, oh my God, maybe the day he'll turn up on my door and he'll jiggle us again. But I know,
what about your boyfriend though?
he just doesn't like to talk about it because he knows that he can never match up to the jiggler.
No one can.
No one can. Like, he's just amazing.
Okay, so thanks a lot for having us, Lauren. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Learning a little bit about how jiggler affected your life. Do you have these pictures that you were going to show us?
Yeah, I do actually. I've got to take a call. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead.
Hello?
It's good that, mate, to be fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get these pictures.
Yeah, it's the jiggler documentary.
We'll have to accept
I know you don't like people talking about it, but it's part of my life. I have to take medication every day. Yeah, I know you don't care. Yes, I know we're engaged. I told you that, and I told you. You're never going to be as good as the jiggler. You have to accept that. I'm really sorry. But it's a part of my life and I need to speak about it because I've suffered for too long. What do you mean? No, you'll never be the jiggler.
I felt it was time for us to leave. Another person got in touch to share their experience with the jiggler. However, based on their current circumstances, they requested that we kept their identity hidden. We agreed to meet at an undisclosed location.
Thank you for waiting for me today. So, I'm hoping you can tell me a little bit about your experience with the jiggler.
Well, I've got a wife and 2 kids, and I was out one night around town, and that's when I encountered the jiggler. And after that night, like, everything changed. It was magical. The way them fingers work, it's unbelievable. Like, I haven't had anything like it since, and it's just, I don't know what I'm going to do now. He's going into retirement, like.
So, what is it about his fingers? Like, can you demonstrate?
Oh, it's just like it's a movement, like, it just shakes back and forth. It's just, it's amazing. Like, I've never met anyone that's been able to do it since. And I say, when I'm out now around town and at night, I'm like, is that him? Hoping to bump into him again and that. But now I'm never getting that again, am I?
So, are you going to tell your wife and your children?
Oh, I think it's going to have to be one that stops in the closet. Like, it's going to be what Aslan, but nah, I can't be telling them.
Well, thanks very much for your message. I wish you all the best in the future.
No worries.
The responses just kept on coming.
It was one of the most memorable nights of my life, that's for sure.
Oh, the G-Spot Jiggler totally changed my life. Give us something to remember and something I really want to go back to.
Big Jig, I'd never turn back. He's the best man I've ever had.
He's a legend, the G-Spot Jiggler. Even in the borough we know the G-Spot Jiggler. Big G-man. Word all over you can't go for a palmo without hearing about the G-Spot Jiggler.
It's just the jiggling. Nobody can compare to the jiggler.
Oh, he's just all man. He's like a big bear. That technique that he uses just gets you going every single time.
They just don't get anywhere close. That broken middle finger just gets right to the spot.
It's just so thrilling.
The technique, just the middle finger.
There's rumours in the borough that it's a double-fingered G-Spot Jiggler.
Fellow colleague and field reporter James Cox agreed to take the streets of Newcastle to meet with die-hard jiggle advocate Vincent Hutchinson to hear a little bit about some of the jiggler's favourite watering holes.
I've been joined by Vincent Hutchinson. We're here in the Big Market, one of the G-Spot Jiggler's famous drinking old haunts. Are you able to tell us, Vinny, about one of the wild nights you've had out with the Jiggler?
I've had a many wild, now it's wet and wild. That's the definition of it, if I'm being honest.
Wet and wild, yeah? What do you mean by that?
The G-Spot Jiggler, that's what it's all about, baby.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. But he normally goes to sinners, to be honest. They have to build a cage because he's that wild, just to actually entrap him in, to give people a chance of jiggling their own G-spots.
Oh, is that popular with the ladies?
That popular. They start a queue, it's like a delicatessen counter. Ticket number 1, ticket number 2, just constantly goes up, you cannot stop them.
So what did you do? You had a famous night out with the G-Spot Jiggler here about 10 years ago, fresh out of uni, both of yous, young, virile.
Well,
young, dumb and full of cum.
That's what they say. Well, basically I went over to Diamonds Club because I couldn't get any fanny at the time. Honestly, I was dry as sticks. But he took us under the wing, took us to Diamonds, and I'll tell you this, by the end, all the knees were trembling.
And you didn't know you did it? You didn't know you previous? You were the new one, the Jiggler, and he took you under his wing as if you've been best friends for years and years.
Oh, suckled at his teeth. You know, I got the dregs of what he has, and the dregs of what he has is 9.9s. He takes all the 10s, obviously, because he's a Jiggler, but you can't complain.
I think one of the interesting things about doing this documentary and meeting the people who have had their lives influenced by the Jiggler is just how much of a good friend he is. And second, business partner, because after that you both went on and you've made a lot of money from the G-Spot Jiggler Facebook page.
Yeah, a lot of money. We've got a lot of merchandise as well, so go on our website, www.jiggler.gspot.com. What's it called? It's fantastic. But yeah, I've made a lot of money from him. And we have remained best friends. He hasn't let the money get to his head. He hasn't let the women get to his head. He's like a Dan Blitzerian, just less arrogant. That's what he is.
That's a good way to describe him. I know recently when I was in London I saw him doing a guest appearance. I've not personally met him yet, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm wondering if you could hook us up with a little night out, me, you and the Jiggler.
Of course I can. Diamonds, Sinners, Mushroom, Browns, Harry's, everywhere. Everywhere the G-Spot Jiggler goes, I'll show you.
Thanks very much for your time, Vincent.
No problem.
After his interview, James took to the streets to see just how far the Jiggler's word had spread.
I'm on the streets in Newcastle with my young friend here. You recruit for the G-Spot Jiggler. What do you want to be someone?
I want to be a jiggler!
When you're older, think you might like to be a Jiggler?
A juggler?
Jiggler? G-Spot Jiggler?
Yeah.
He's a bit of a ladies' man. You a ladies' man?
Yeah.
Do you look up to the Jiggler?
Yeah. I'm a massive fan of the G-Spot Jiggler.
More of a tall guy and not into the physical kind of side, you know what I mean? Like, I think people like more tattooed, rugged kind of people, not very reserved.
Is he a ladies' man?
No.
Would you?
No.
Really?
No. I've got high standards.
Oh, shocking. Well, that's a no from this one for the G-Spot Jiggler. I'm back, I'm on the streets. I'm around Newcastle Uni and I've actually come across a nice young lady who has had an encounter with the G-Spot Jiggler. What's your name? Where are you from?
Amy. I'm from near Manchester.
And what's your thoughts on the Jiggler?
He's the best I've ever had.
Thanks very much. A few young chicks here who've got a message for the Jiggler.
Merry Christmas, Big Jig. You're the best.
You've got a couple of young chicks who've got a little bit of an experience with the Jiggler. How was your night out with the Jiggler?
Best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah? What do you think?
Yeah, it was really good.
10 out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Would have him again?
Would have him again.
Yeah. It's my man, Babel.
Yeah?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Freezing as fuck, man.
What's your thoughts on the Jiggler? I know you're home.
He's an awesome man. Like,
yeah,
he's a legend. He's like, you know, the Gandalf of the Northeast. Yeah. You know? Yeah, man is crazy, man.
Would you say he's taught you everything you know?
Oh, more than enough. More than enough. He's taught, like, we should have classes on him, you know?
And now the ladies love it.
Yeah, they love it. They really do. They really do.
Babel, thank you for your time.
No worries.
Cheers, brother.
Okay.
Ladies, what's your thoughts on the G-Spot Jiggler?
We love him.
With a few more ladies in Newcastle here who've had a little encounter with the Jiggler. Do you want to tell us what happened that fateful night?
Well, we met him in Soho and we went back with him and really strengthened our friendship. Yeah, we won't go on a bit more. Best night of our lives, to be honest, but...
Yeah? What would you give out of 10?
Oh, 11.
11?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a good review there for the Jiggler. We've got a couple of international fans of the G-Spot Jiggler here who are found in Newcastle. What's your thoughts on the Jiggler, everybody?
Jiggler, saludos desde España.
We got a little message for the Jiggler then?
Just give us a call, Big Jig.
You heard it here first. We found somebody else in Newcastle who's got a little experience with the G-Spot Jiggler. What happened to you?
Well, not me personally, but all my friends say he's amazing.
Yeah? What type of things does he say?
Well, I can't really think on the spot.
Comment on the technique?
Well, they all say it's extremely good, so, you know.
Would they be back for more?
Probably. I wouldn't blame them, like.
You never fancied it? Tempted?
Well, I've got a boyfriend. So.
But if you didn't?
Probably.
Thank you very much. So, right, so how do you feel about the jiggler? Any good?
I love the jiggler, it's the best I've ever had.
Really? In the world?
In the world.
Out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, come on. What's your thoughts on the G-Spot Jiggler? What's the Right, you join me here now. We've come to Grey Street, one of the oldest streets in Newcastle, lined with bars, but we're here to find out about the new sensation of G-Spot Jiggling. G-Spot Jiggling.
G-Spot Jiggler.
All the kids are talking about it. You heard about it?
No. You're so naughty.
Right, so you're in the club, tunes are pumping, you've had a few, you're a bit tipsy.
Right.
You've had a bottle of Lambrini before you've been out.
Right.
He walked up, you're in the club. Pint of Guinness in one hand, Rosier large for you in the other. What'd you say?
Asked him if he wanted to come back to mine so he could smash me pasty.
Fucking hell, that's what I learned off. Professional G-Spot Jiggler, him like. He is Mr. G-Spot Jiggler, him like.
Is he good looking?
Lush.
Really?
Really lush.
What's your favourite thing about him on that picture?
His pout.
Pout. Trout pout. I would say his eyes. Coming to bed eyes.
No, I'm not keen on his eyes. That pout though.
That mouth kissing you though all over. Gotta be tempting.
Love it.
Oh, I remember him. Oh, I remember them lips.
What do you remember about them lips?
What do I remember about them? What do I not remember about them, mate?
Has he jiggled you?
He jiggles as like a fucking, like what's it called, like a juggler. He's a serial juggler, by the way. Well,
he doesn't look like you.
You know how it is, mate, you know?
After a few pints?
You don't know one from the other, like after a couple of pints, especially if it's Moretti, like, you know what I mean?
On the good stuff?
Oh, aye. Fingers will be involved, like, you know?
Have you had your G-Spot Jiggle with? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. It was emotional. It was great. It was lovely.
So that's it. We've come to the close of the day. Being in Newcastle, it's been cold. But I tell you what, hearing stories of the jiggler, they have warmed me right in the heart. It's been a bag of mixed emotions. Some people love him, some people hate him. He's like Marmite. Do I like him? I don't know, beyond Marmite. Anyway, time to get the metro now and go home. Back to the studio.
Some fine reporting by James Cox. Now, I wanted to hear a little more from the jiggle advocate Vincent Hutchinson. He kindly invited me to his home.
Hi, thanks for having me. So, the jiggler, where did it all start?
Do you mean where I met him?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the jiggler. I became one of his fans about 10 years ago. I met him online, and then I read his book, Online Presence. I've been in contact with him ever since. I was in a really, really dark place at the time. Nothing I was proud of. I had no job, had no woman, had just broken my legs, I didn't even have my health, unfortunately. And through his confidence building sessions, the classes that he teaches, I've built myself back up, and I couldn't thank him enough.
So you think he has a particular type?
No, big, small, fat, skinny, yellow, black, white. Doesn't matter what your age, what your gender, what your colour. The G-Spot Jiggler caters for more. He's very cosmopolitan. He doesn't mind if he's fingering one lass in the one hand, fingering a lad in the other, and then maybe just eating someone out in the middle, you know?
Right.
It's fine.
Okay. So I see you've got his book there, Jiggling for Justice. Can
Yeah.
you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, what's got to technique, also building yourself to be a better person. He just wants to really improve you as an individual.
So what does the blurb say on the back? Does it have a little...
Yeah, it does. An incredible story of one man's triumph and rise to the top through unlikely means. In a world of political correctness and social unjust, the G-Spot Jiggler stands up for what he believes in and tries to make the world a better place through his passion for jiggling. Ensconce yourself in the #1 bestseller, Jiggling for Justice, and not only change your outlook on life, but transform your future. It's not even myself saying it's a big fan. The Sun's give it a 5-star rating. Truly magnificent read. So really, it's #1 bestseller. Hopefully it'll be in it under everyone's Christmas tree come this year.
Right.
And then obviously it will be a white Christmas just to make you juice flowing out, you know.
Yeah. So what's some of the highlights of this book then for you?
He's got a section about nibbling on your clitoris with clinical precision.
Right.
It's just about literally, sometimes you don't even have to use the finger, even though obviously it's his favourite technique. Sometimes you just get yourself in there and really give him a tongue twister. It's got different techniques as well. Also, your standard 4-4-2
Yeah.
for your sex technique, and that's just missionary. But then the more exotic ones, it's like the Kama Sutra in essence. It's just the jiggling Sutra as such.
So have you had a lot of success since you've read the book?
A lot of success since I read the book. A lot of success since I met him. What's it called? Even if I get his cast-offs, the 9.9s. What's it called? He gets the 10s, obviously.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he doesn't mind throwing a couple of fishes to the many few. Like Jesus, really feeding the 5,000 with 2 fishes and a couple of breads of loaf.
So you got the name the G-Spot Jiggler based on his technique with his jiggling of his finger.
Yeah.
Can you demonstrate? Has he taught you his way?
He's tried to teach his ways, but honestly, it's a one-man band. It's something only he can do, really. I'll try it for you. I think it's where the finger goes up like that, the fingers are flat down, and then you're just jiggling it, and it's just going wild, just screaming like there's no tomorrow. Yeah. What's it called? I'd love to say she'll shout my name when I tried it, but obviously shouting the G-Spot Jiggler's name.
Right,
screaming.
So it's pretty synonymous with him.
Oh, it is, yeah. No one else has it down. It's like Ronaldo, his free kick stance.
It's calling card, I suppose.
Right, exactly. It's just somebody who has his own technique, his own brand. It's an image. It's an icon. He's like the angel of the north. And deck. He's synonymous.
Some would say like Gandalf of the Northeast.
Yeah, Gandalf of the Northeast. Thou shalt not pass without squirting all over me. You know, it's.
So what do you think makes the G-Spot Jiggler? What is it that makes him so appealing to so many people?
It's not these high, tight up lads where they've got their hair done like Geordie Shore, the muscles poking out the chest. These father and son models. It's a proper man. He drinks Boddingtons, Bombardier, Carlin. He's a man. Peace pudding sandwiches. Your Savoy dip. He's not these high, tighty, posh boys. What's it called? He's a real man. He's the jiggler.
He appeals to the masses then.
He does. Leaves a bit of hair on the chest. You know, you've got to give the women what they want rather than these waxed fucking Ken dolls. It's disgraceful.
I see. So who would you compare the jiggler to? Who would you say are some of his peers, perhaps?
Nelson Mandela. What's it called? He stopped apartheid in Africa. He's creating a tide through the fanny. That's just gushing out. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, best player in the world ever, all through hard work and dedication. That's where he's got it from. Right. You've also got Dan Blitzerian, guns, beer, women, just like this man right here.
So the jiggler, he seems to have like quite a cult following.
Yeah.
Many people call themselves jigglers, like after himself. Would you consider yourself a jiggler?
Oh, I'm the #1 jiggler. What's I find a fag for him? It's iconic. What's it called? He's just literally all he is, just a patron of the North East, patron saint. You have St George for England. You have St Patrick for Ireland. You have Peter War for the North East and the world even. He just shows you that you can be a better person.
So what would you say to anyone who's thinking of becoming a jiggler or following the ways of the jiggler?
Do it. It'll change your life. Do it. Never will a woman go dry. Never will a man not have that poo. He will teach you the ways and he will literally change your life forever.
So, to encompass some of the things we've talked about, it sounds like he's really had an impact on your life.
He has.
Would you say he's changed your life for the better?
He has. Don't mean to get emotional or get a bit sorry or sad, but he has changed it. I was in a low, dark place that didn't want to live anymore, didn't want to jiggle, and life's nothing without jiggling. But he got his arm around my shoulder in the convention. He says, look Vince, you've got to keep pushing through. Nothing worth having comes easy. So I dug in deep, found something a bit extra that I said I had, and he just found an extra level in us, and I just want to thank him so much.
Happy retirement, Big Jig.
Happy retirement, Mr. Jig. Thanks for giving the rest of us a chance.
I'm very sad that you're retiring, Big Jig. I'm going to miss you.
One more time before you retire, please.
Happy retirement, Jiggler. What's it called?
Just want to thank you. Thank you for everything you've done. And happy retirement. You deserve the rest. You must have arthritis in your fingers by now. Thank you so much, Jiggler.
Just want to say happy retirement, Jiggler. Although I know you'll be jiggling for life because you cannot stop the jiggle.
Happy retirement, my old mate. Gonna miss you.
gonna miss you, Jig. Oh God, I'm gonna miss you, Jig. Fuck me.
I just wish Peter and Sarah all the very best in the near future, especially with the birth of Ethan and Chloe. And I do hope Peter gets his prison officer job. And I can't wait to be an Anna.
Get on, Jiggles, lad. The G-Spot Jiggler.
Fix you. Bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
If finding somebody real is your fucking problem, bring your girls to the crib, maybe we can solve. Hold up, bitches in my dime, taking hella long, bitch, give it to me now. Make that thing pop like it's in me over 9. Ooh, baby, like it raw with the shimmy, shimmy, yeah, huh? ASAP, get like me. Never met a motherfucker fresh like me. All these motherfuckers wanna dress like me, but the chrome to your dome make you sweat like me. Cause I'm the nigga, like how you figure, getting figures and fucking bitches. She rolling switches, bought her bitches. I bought my niggas, they getting bent up off the liquor. She love my licorice, I let her lick it.